Morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
Me and my friends are having a great time. It's not face to face, it's all online. We're all in our homes, miles away. Love them like my family, what can I say? My crafting show is on, it's my time for me. Laughter, tips and tricks, this is what I need. We're here to have fun, we're all in the zone. When crafting with friends, you're never alone. Don't call or text me, it's about to begin. I've been patient, time for me to chime in. Comfy clothes on, feeling just fine. I'm busy right now, it's crafting show time. My crafting show is on, it's my time for me. Laughter, tips and tricks, this is what I need. We're here to have fun, we're all in the zone. When crafting with friends, you're never alone. The host came on, they are truly a gem. Here for the show and to chat with my friends. Chat with each other about this and that. We share ideas, wisdom, and other fun facts. My crafting show is on, it's my time for me. Laughter, tips, and tricks, this is what I need. We're here to have fun, we're all in the zone. When crafting with friends, you'll never...
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
Good morning, Gifted Crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. Good morning out there. Okay, we've got people from all over the place. I see people from Richmond, Illinois. I see Alabama, Wisconsin. I see Maryland. I see North Carolina, Haymarket, Virginia. Good morning, guys. Awesome. It is Monday, so we are back for just yet another week of some crafting. And I've got some fun things to share with you today. We had an incredible weekend and so much to kind of tell you guys about. I mean, just didn't expect this weekend to go off the way it did, and there's just so many things. So we put together all kinds of pictures and videos to show you guys. It's going to be really fun to share with you all the stories and everything that happened. So I think that you guys will really enjoy that. Good morning. Yes, I see. Let's see. Faker McFake, Joyce, Jenny, Barbara, Lynn, Boricua Sewing and Crafts. There's my sister, guys. I've got Leslie B from Lake Ridge, Virginia, San Antonio, Texas. Good morning. A lot of people from Texas. All righty. Good morning to you. Awesome. Okay, guys, it's Monday, right? So first things first, we need to start it off with our little drink, right? So hopefully you have your cup with you, but if you don't, I will pour you a cup. Don't worry. No worries. We've got everything here from coffee, tea, to whatever it is that you have in the morning. I will pour you a cup. So go ahead and raise your glasses and let's get a little toast. I've got my ice water here and it is calling me. So let me just grab a little sip here. Oh, that feels really, really good. And it's nice to start off the week. And we hope we have a fantastic day today. All right, so we've got some people here from Florida. We see Lake Ridge, Virginia, Ohio, South Carolina. Oh boy. Okay, I see everyone is really hungry this morning. We've got people, Cindy's waiting online at the food truck. And we've got people looking for bagels and coffee as well. So let's just head on over there, shall we? Should we go get our snacks? Okay, go ahead, because guys, it's so true. Every retreat has all kinds of snacks, so why not have virtual ones too, right? So here comes that food truck's coming down the block now. There it is. We've got everything on that food truck, from coffee, tea, donuts, to anything that you can think of, anything you would like to have this morning. It's all there. It's all virtual. It's all calorie free. And you can have anything you want. So go ahead and help yourself. Yes, we've even got the veggies, carrots, and kale for those who'd like to make a little shake in the morning. Okay, you've got blueberry muffins, please. Don't worry, Flo, we've got you covered. It's all in there. Uh-oh, 100 proof quilter needs coffee with 2 extra shots of espresso. Yeah, all you can eat and no calories. That's correct. Alrighty. So, oh, no, I won't forget the sugar. Don't worry. Yes, don't worry. We've got everything there. And there's our friends from Canada. Good morning to you. Okay, you're just in time for coffee. Yes, go ahead, make the line. We're all good. They've got it fully stocked up because we stocked up over the weekend. So that truck has got everything on there. Alrighty. Blueberry bagel faker. Yeah, okay. All right, so lots to talk about today, lots to show you, and lots of little show and tell things. I've got a ton of little items over here on the side because I came home and also had a bunch of packages as well. So we've got things that came in, so I'm going to show you that as well. But let's start the weekend off. So let's see, we left Miami and headed over to Sarasota, Florida, where my son was competing with Special Olympics and the stand-up paddle boarding competition. And we were so happy. He managed to pull it off and get first place in his division. So we were really excited about that. It was an exciting race, and you know, really lots to show and tell you for you guys. But let's start it off with, as we got into the car and we were all ready and set to go, we were on our way driving, and then my husband kind of breaks the news to me. And we were still quite a ways away from Sarasota. We maybe had been on the road for maybe half hour or so. And so he kind of breaks it to me that he couldn't really find a hotel because we kind of waited towards the last to book our hotel. So the kids and the team, they stay in their own hotel. As a team, they book, Special Olympics books them the room, and they are all together in their hotel. So the parents or any of the spectators that are going need to get their own arrangements. So we've just been so busy with the 10K, with everything going on, and we weren't sure on the weather too, because sometimes it does get canceled if they get bad weather. So we kind of waited a bit to book our hotel. And so we did book it kind of late, or later than I would normally like to. And so he kind of broke the news to me that he couldn't really find a great hotel because we had waited kind of late to book it, and there really wasn't anything really nice out there. So it wasn't something that was super close to the event. And, you know, it was maybe like a 1-star hotel. And, you know, not that I would mind, you know, I don't mind doing that because, you know, you're there for the competition, you're putting your head down, and then you're just going to get up and go to the competition anyway. So you're not going to spend a lot of time at the hotel. It's just that I was really tired from the event and everything that was going on. So I just wanted to kind of relax. So I was kind of bummed out, like, oh, I didn't get a really nice place. So it was kind of like, yeah, camping time. Yeah, no, we didn't go that far. However, I have stories on that. We did do Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. So yeah, plenty of stories on the camping, I can tell you. I was sleeping in the car. Yeah, we didn't go that far either. We did manage to find a hotel. And so he was telling me how, you know, it wasn't going to be a great hotel. So expectations, you know, kind of has to come down a little bit. And he just kept on, you know, egging me on how bad it was, you know, going to be and bringing my expectations pretty low. So he just mentioned, you know, that some of the pictures of the hotel that he got were not that great. So it was kind of like, okay, well, whatever. Yeah, Connie, it's got to be clean. And he knows that that's really one of my pet peeves. I just don't like those. And so I was a little like, oh gosh, what kind of hotel is this going to be? And so, yeah. I don't want those flea trap type of hotels. Yeah, no. So, oh, thank you guys for the congratulations for Herman. I just saw that coming through the chat. The YMCA. Yeah, so no, let me kill the suspense here. So we're going on the road and he's letting me know this, just kind of get my head straight that it's not going to be a great hotel. So we were on our way up, and as we were getting closer and closer, he kind of kept reminding over and over, which was a little unusual. And I was like, why does he keep harping on it? You know, he just kept going on and on and on about it. And it was just very strange. It was kind of out of character. And then he kind of drove through like a shady part of town. So it was making me like really nervous. And, you know, as we were getting really closer, I was kind of like, oh, wow, where are we? It looked kind of shady. So I was a little nervous. But then it started, you know, as it said we were getting closer to the hotel, it started to pick up and kind of look nicer and nicer. So it was kind of weird. But then we finally got there and it was all a big surprise. So, let me just show you guys what it looks like. So can we start it off? We're just gonna start this. We're gonna start it off in just a minute, and I'm gonna show you what the hotel looks like. Now, it was just, you know, out of character for him to keep doing this. So I was taken really surprised, and just kind of as he turned the corner of where the hotel was, there was one thing that really kind of caught my eye. And I drove my eyes right towards it. And I just forgot all about the hotel. But what it was is we were kind of in this area. And as we were kind of making the turn, I saw this. But let me show you the hotel first. So this is the hotel. There it is. So it's the Carlisle Inn. So yeah, big surprise. Not what I was anticipating. It was a beautiful hotel. And yeah, this was called the Carlisle Inn, and it was just an amazing hotel. And as I turned the corner though, I didn't, because the hotel was kind of further in. As you turned in, the first thing that actually caught my eye was a quilt shop. And it's called Alma Sue's Quilt. And it was this quilt shop that as soon as he turned, my eyes just gravitated right to the quilt shop. I completely forgot all about the hotel. And that was the hotel he got. Now, when he was searching for hotels, he had narrowed it down. I had gone to bed. I was exhausted. And he had narrowed it down to 2 hotels. And so when he kind of looked at the area of the hotel, he saw that that hotel had the quilt shop and the other one didn't. So it was a no-brainer for him. He knew what he was going to book, and he just didn't want to tell me about it. He wanted it to be a surprise. So it was pretty cool. As we turned, my eyes gravitated towards this quilt shop, but there was this huge hotel right by within walking distance. So we, of course, I had to tell him, stop the car, stop the car. We got to stop there first. Forget about the hotel. I need to go to this quilt shop. So, of course, we kind of moved over that way. We got to the quilt shop. Unfortunately, when we got there, it was already closed, but it was going to be open the next day. But we were going to be at the competition, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be making it back in time to be able to see it. But I kind of peeked through the windows and took all kinds of pictures on there to see what they had. So I was excited about that. So yeah. Then after I got my little fix of the quilt shop and peeking through all the windows there, we decided to go ahead and check into the hotel. So that was really, yeah, great job, Mr. H. Exactly. He knew what hotel to pick. Wasn't he great on that? So I went, after peeking through the windows, I saw, they were open the next day. So it was kind of a 50-50 chance on me being able to catch the quilt shop open. It would really all depend on the competition, because that's what we were there for. So then we kind of decided to go ahead and check in. And so let's kind of flip through the slide. So we checked into the hotel, and sure enough, the hotel is like in Amish area. It's a hotel owned by the Amish, and everything is just about quilts. And so it was amazing. When you walk in, everything, the hotel was just themed with quilt blocks everywhere. And so this is the bed in the room. So one of the beds here had the little pillow wrap with a quilt block on it, of course. And of course, on the top, they had a little frame with quilts. Even the little room numbers were with little quilt blocks. I mean, the lobby was adorned with all kinds of quilts, framed and not framed. I mean, it was just quilts everywhere. Quilts everywhere. I was just going nuts. And so here's a picture of some quilts on here that were in a frame. They were just all over. And it was just so beautiful. It was just, guys, if you ever get to go to the Sarasota area, this would be the place that you want to be at. I mean, it was beautiful. Really nice hotel. So so we'll kind of go through, oops, I think you skipped. Oh, there. So then as I was going through the hotel there and checking in, I did notice when I came into the lobby that they had a sign that said for a quilt guild that happened to be there that week. And it was the Friendship Not Quilters guild that was there. And I was kind of like hearing some chatter going on, and they had some rooms kind of off to the side of the lobby as you were checking in, and you hear all these women laughing, and I hear like the sounds of sewing machines. And so it was kind of like a bonus that there happened to be a quilt retreat going on at the hotel that whole weekend. So it was kind of bonus for me. And so of course, after checking in and dropping off our bags, I said, I'm gonna go poke my head in and say hi and see what this quilt retreat is all about. So I was able to go down to the lobby and poke my head in and meet the most amazing group of women there. We had a fantastic time. I mean, these women were just so sweet. They, I poked my head in and they explained that it was a retreat going on, and that the guild was just going to be there for about 4 days or so, and they were just hanging out and sewing and doing all kinds of fun things. And so she invited me in and she said, you know, you can come by anytime and poke your head in and just kind of hang out with us. And I thought that was amazing. I was like, are you kidding me? Of course I'd love to come. And so, of course, very, very, very nice. I mean, very passionate about all the work that they do. I thought it was really amazing work. And I'm going to show you a lot of what they did in just a bit. So let's go back to the slideshow so we can see some more stuff going on. So this was in the lobby, down on the hallway somewhere. They had, of course, quilt blocks. So I took some pictures of it. So let's see. We kind of just kept going. So now let's see some, as we kept going through lobby and then I poked my head in, I took pictures of their work. So let's kind of go through the pictures of their work. Okay, so here we are. This is one of the quilts that one of the ladies were working on, and you can see she's pin basting it. So she's got all her pins in place. And this is one of the quilts that she made. And I thought that was just such a beautiful quilt. Of course, I loved her colors and I thought that was pretty cool. And she had several things. So you can see like there's a bunch of quilts underneath it. So she was flipping through them to show them all to me. So this was the first one that she showed. And then let's go to the, whoops, I think you skipped over. No, okay, so this is just the longer version of it. So here's another one with little fishies. I thought that one was adorable, and I loved how her borders are all like these bubbly borders, so it makes it look like little bubbles, air bubbles, right, from under the sea. I thought that was such a cute one, and the cornerstones match the blocks, so it really gives you a nice visual interest on that, and I thought that was adorable. So really, really cute on that. And let's go to the next one. Here's another one with like Sesame Street stuff on it. Really cute. I mean, these are just really simple little squares with the cornerstone blocks and the, you know, it's just really simple. The sashing that's on there, everything keeps it really simple, and it looks beautiful. And I thought that was so cute. And so these ladies are just kind of all getting together, and they've got tables and they've got everything in that quilt retreat, you know. They've got the snacks, they've got the drinks, just like we do. And, you know, they've got the quilts that are out there, and it's just an amazing, amazing group. Okay, so let's see the next one here. This is just a little bit different, same fabric, a little bit different of a layout here. So again, very, very simple, yet stunning. Really, really nice. Then we've got these teddy bears. I thought these were just gorgeous. And she's got them in two different colors. So here's the yellow one. I love the yellow. It's just so bright and, you know, so cute. And she's got that one, and then she had the purple one that she had pin based already. So these are just simple squares. And look how gorgeous this turns out. I mean, that's really, really beautiful. Everything was pieced. I can tell you the accuracy was just amazing on their work. It was really, really amazing. And so let's see, I think we have a video coming up. Nope, we've got some more quilts here. Another amazing one here. Really, really cute. And this is just, their use of the colors are really nice. I love how, you know, they use the different colors to really bring out the design itself. I thought the fabrics were perfect. They were just really amazing how they kind of blend with each other. Okay, then we had one particular lady who was working off of a featherweight, and I thought that was cool. It was amazing to see her work with the featherweight. All the other ones that were in the room, I saw some Berninas, I saw Brother, machines out there, and you know, a lot of them are using their little travel machines. So you don't have the great big machines with them. They're using the simple travel machines with their retreat. And this featherweight was just too adorable for me not to take a picture of it. So I thought that was cute. Oh, this one was, here we go. Here is the video of the room itself. Some of the ladies were still kind of around. Some of them had gone like to get something to eat, but they've got that table in the middle. You know, you've got all the tables on the side. Everyone kind of set up their table in like little squares. So there were like groups of people that were working together. And everything's just laid out. It's this very, very big room. And it's really just neat how everyone just kind of, you know, goes around. They do have a little bell that every time you finish a project, you ring the bell and you show your finished project and everyone applauds. So I thought that was so cool. And I'll show you some more of the room in a bit. So let's go over to see what else we had. Here's some more work. I thought really beautiful. Very simple squares, just because of the fabric choices that she had. The colors just really make it pop and just look absolutely stunning. You know, it's really amazing. I have to really do a better job of really looking at my fabrics. I always try to just rush through and just focus on the technique. I'm going to try to really go through my work and look at fabric selections a little more carefully. It's just amazing. I mean, the points were amazing. Everything just looked beautiful on her quilts. Really, really nice. And she's using these as borders, so really nice. So then we've got some applique going on here, so needle turning. So we've got a nice little fishy. So I thought that was really cute. Love her background with the bubbles. So I thought that was adorable. And this is a little banner that they have when you walk into the room. It says, "What happens at a quilt retreat stays at a quilt retreat." And it's just so much fun. It's got the stippling all around the quilt, and it was really, really amazing. I thought that was such a cute little banner to have right when you walk in. So that's kind of like right by the door, and it has a backside to it too. And I think I flip it over at some point and you can see the backside, but really, really cute. I love how they put that together. I thought that was fantastic. So really, really neat. And you can see the detail on here. I mean, really adorable. I thought the little ladies on there were so fun. And let's see. Then we've got some more work. There was one lady that was making a rug. So that was pretty cool. I like how she used the different colors and it was coming out really cute. And let's see, this is just a video again of the room. Now they had put up a design board here. And so some of the ladies had some kind of quilts and that they were working on, and they were putting their blocks on the board to just kind of see how they wanted to do things. And you can see that it was just beautiful. This one was working on hexagons, and so that was laid out on the design board as well. So, you know, they pretty much have everything that you would need when you're in your sewing room at these retreats. Everything was there, from a design board to snacks to coffee to the ironing stations, the cutting stations. They even had all the way in the back, they had like buckets of fabric that people have brought in that maybe they don't want anymore. And so they line them up in the back, and you're free to go ahead and take any fabric that you like that maybe you could use for your project. And then towards the end, they kind of donate the rest of them. It's just kind of like whoever needs them, go ahead and use them. And then they just kind of donate the rest. So I thought that was pretty cool. So you see piles and piles of fabric everywhere. Everyone had their little station and they were doing things. So it was pretty amazing to just see everyone at work doing all kinds of things. They had a little luau that was kind of their theme for that weekend. And they were just celebrating, and they were doing all kinds of fun things. They had like a little party with the little luau stuff, and you know, they were doing prizes and all that stuff. They just even they just had a great time. They even wore these little coconuts and everything. I mean, these ladies were really lively and amazing. They had so much fun. I mean, gosh, if I lived in the area, I'd want to join that quilt because they were really just so much fun there. Yeah, sign you up, Heather. Yeah. They were really so lively, so much fun. I mean, gosh, I can't tell you how much fun I had with these ladies. And let me tell you, they're little party animals because they were up. I think when I had asked the next day, you know, how long they had been there, she had said they were left at like 1:30, almost going on 2 in the morning. So they're party animals. They are there, die hard, just sewing and quilting away, you know. So they are there to have a great time. And then they were there early in the mornings. There's somebody, you know, stays late and other people come early and they open up the room and they're right back at it. And they're there all day long. That's all they do all day. They laugh, they have fun, they go to lunch together, and they, you know, they just have a great time. So these retreats are really, really amazing. It's just, I just was watching them, how they interact with each other and how they work and they're able to do it. And it's just such a great environment. You know, if you're ever feeling like you're in a slump, you know, you just go to one of these quilting retreats and it'll knock it right out of you because they just have a fantastic time. They really, really do. Okay. Yeah, I see that I was in heaven. Yeah, I was. I was. It was amazing. So let's see. Yeah, Lisa, definitely. So this now is the back of that quilt banner that they had. When you turn it over to the other side, it says the Sisterhood of Quilters. And it's amazing. Again, everything is sepals on there with the quilting. And they've got some amazing work here. I thought it was so, so cute. We had a great time with that. And, you know, they literally like adopted me for the weekend. I'm like, I'm not part of your guild. And those ladies were so welcoming. They were just like, oh, come on in and, you know, I'll show you around. And she showed me what everybody was doing and introduced me to everyone there. And, you know, I got to talk to them and see what they were working on and, you know, ask them all kinds of questions. So it was true friendship, just like the name of the guild. It's the Friendship Knot Guild. And it was just, you could see that. And they were just so inviting and so amazing. And so, you know, I had a great time with all of them. And I kind of moved around from station to station to talk to everyone. And it was just so much fun. And guys, I mean, it was amazing. It was really amazing. And they, you know, they all knew that I was there for my son. And so they were rooting him on too. And, you know, when we got back from the event, they all asked how he did. I mean, it was just so, it was like if I've known them for years, you know, it just really felt like that. So, so inviting, so wonderful. So I love the borders and stuff that they put on this banner. I thought it was really, really cute. And those women on the quilt, I thought, you know, that did it for me. I thought it was so cute. So much fun on that one. So look at this. I mean, look at the quilting. Look at the details on this. It's just so cute. I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. Okay. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, so now we've left the ladies and we had to go off to dinner to meet the team at the venue where the event was going to be held. And so this was the night before the event. And so this is Nathan Benderson Park. And I've took some clips and some video of the place. It's absolutely a beautiful location. So you can see here, this is where they were going to be paddleboarding, pretty long distance. They go way out there, and my son had to do 2 laps. So it was a pretty long distance, and it was a really hot day, but it was gorgeous at night. We got to see the sunset, and, you know, we were there. They had a little dinner for us. They had plans for a little dinner and dancing, and then it got a little bit stormy, so we ended up kind of calling it that night. But here it is, all the prep work that goes involved in these events. You got to put up all these tents. and get all these stations ready. So it is a ton of work that these volunteers put in for these events, and we are so grateful for that. And here's some people on the deck just kind of walking. This is their building here. The facility is just gorgeous. And so, you know, this was our little event place, and it was just a lot of fun. Everyone was just kind of checking out the area. We were kind of discussing, you know, where it is that they need to be positioned and how they were going to be paddling. And it helps them to kind of visualize and get their mind ready for what they're going to need to do the next day. So that was fun, and it was just beautiful, just kind of walking around there. And it's very calm and peaceful. It's a beautiful park if you ever get to go to that area. So, oops, I think we skipped ahead. There we go. Oh, so here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, hold on. he's going click happy there. Okay, so this is the building itself. I kind of stepped back, and so I took a picture of the actual facility, and this is the building itself. And they had some events inside. The kids were able to kind of eat inside, and we had some Czech welfare type of thing going on with them as well. So that was a lot of fun. We were able to do that in the building, and this is what the facility looks like from the outside. And then I just kind of panned around so you guys could see everything there. And there's Daniel. He's one of our team members there on our 305 sub team. And yeah, this is the facility, and this is where they paddled. So really, really beautiful location. So now here we are the day of the competition, and I believe that was Herman starting off. They had just started the race, and of course, Herman, as competitive as he is, he went ahead and took the lead. And so he started to paddle away. And so he went ahead and was going, and that's him in the pink shirt over there all the way on the end. So they try to kind of overlap events sometimes and have multiple ones because they're doing a long distance. So it gets a little confusing. Sometimes you're not sure who's where, but you just got to know they all have numbers on their back. And you know, he's got the pink shirts. Our team had pink shirts this year. So we just kind of followed him along. But you see him paddling and leading the pack there. He does have to go all the way down to that red buoy and then make his first turn. And then he will start that long lap all the way down. And so it was a lot of fun to see him going. You see all the other coaches, and we've got some people on the water to make sure the kids are nice and safe. And you've got some other athletes coming in that are finishing up their previous race. So a lot of activity going on all at the same time. So it's pretty cool how we get to see all of that. So now let's see. This is him ending the race. So he did his long distance. So now he's coming in. He's taking his leash off. They have to go down on their knees and paddle all the way to the end. And then kind of with their paddle, they need to go through the start and finish line. So that's him finishing up. He was all done and did 2 laps. It was 3,200 meters. And he barely broke a sweat. I was really concerned on how hot it was, and, you know, was a little worried because they usually start a lot earlier, so it's not as hot. But he dealt with it pretty well and was able to nab first place. So he was able to win his division, got first place, and then we had the other 2 athletes there as well that did a fantastic job. And so it was just really a lot of fun that day. Yeah, Cindy, like a track meet, exactly. Many events going on at the same time. So you got to kind of stay focused on what event you're looking at, because you can kind of get lost with all the stuff happening. So yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. So we were so proud of him, and, you know, lots of hugs and high fives going around for the entire team. They really did a fantastic job. Everyone did really well for their events. So lots of fun there. And then since he was able to go out and come back, like, he finished pretty quickly, and we stayed around and supported some of the other athletes, made sure everybody had already gone. And then towards the end, it was just kind of like just hanging out and, you know, having a good time. But I wanted to kind of go to that quilt shop too. So we were like, okay, well, everyone was just kind of done and it was really, really hot and tired and everyone just kind of wanted to start packing up, and they were heading back to Miami that same day. So since we were staying that extra night, we went ahead and said our goodbyes and we headed back over to the hotel, and I got to go to the quilt shop. So that was so much fun. So we headed back to the hotel now, and of course, cooled down a little bit first. Everyone made sure that they got fed. And so I headed over to the quilt shop first. My husband dropped me off and then went to go pick up the food so that I had a lot of time in the quilt shop. So let's start showing some pictures of that, because that's going to be fun. Yeah, ending with ice cream. Funny you mentioned that, but yes, we did end it with some ice cream. So I did go into the quilt shop, and it was amazing, of course. They had tons of little things, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I was able to buy. We're going to have to go through this a little bit more quickly here. So here's some pot holders that they made. Focus on the bottom. Yep, there it is. Those little pants with the embroidered horse on there. So adorable. Guys, they didn't have a pattern for it, but she told me this is how you kind of make it. And so there is no pattern for it. So it's just super cute. At first I saw it, and I saw that and I thought zipper pouch, but they're pot holders, and oh my gosh. We'll go into more details when I'll show you this stuff. Alrighty, so here's a couple of Halloween things that they had going on. Had to take a little sip here. We've got the Halloween theme, beautiful little quilts that they had hanging up on the top in the shop there. And then let's see, we've got more Halloween stuff here. Super cute on those. Oh gosh. And let's see, more quilts. I love that little sheep there. I thought that was so adorable. But the work on here is just amazing. Love it. And let's see, they had 2 long arm machines there. Apparently the lady that does the long arming for the store was having some shoulder surgery, so she wasn't around. But it was really, really beautiful. They had a beautiful quilt back there, and they had some on the machines themselves, and it was gorgeous what they were doing with that. Really nice. I love the setup, and I love the lights that they have over the long arm machine there. And let's see. So as you enter the shop itself, when you enter it on the right hand side, they have a little fireplace with some little chairs that I'm guessing is for the husbands to sit down and relax. And so they've got, you know, the little quilts on there and the little mantle filled with some things. Just some of the new stuff that they've got in the shop was there, and they've kind of laid some of that out. So they're kind of switching over to the Christmas now and kind of changing the store up. They were still on their summer hours, but they are now switching to the winter hours. So they'll be open a lot longer because they've got a lot of people that'll be coming in. And apparently, from what I understand, she said that the Amish will come down in the fall, and they hand quilt some items there. And so usually there's like a line that people come in and they wrap around the store on that line waiting to get their quilts hand quilted, right? So they bring their quilt tops and they put them on these frames, and you'll see the frames in just a minute. And the Amish come in, and there's usually about 4 or 5 women around the frame, and they hand quilt some of these things. So people wait online for those for like a long time. So that's pretty amazing that they get to do that. And so of course they had a featherweight on there, so I went ahead and took a picture of that. I thought she was super cute. And then I just kind of went around the store and took pictures of some of the quilts that I saw. Of course, I did some shopping. There's someone with some prairie points on there, similar to our Ocean Frolic quilt with the prairie points. So that was a lot of fun. And they just did little appliques of dinosaurs. I thought that was cute. And here's the frame. This is one of the quilts that was on the frame itself. Didn't look like they had started this one. They had just kind of laid it out on the frame. So this was just like a prep work, I guess, ready for them to begin. And you see the chairs kind of on the side where they sit and they hand quilt some of these. So really, really neat. Now this was on the long arm. So I'm back over where the long arm was, and these are just some of the quilts that they had that were kind of in progress here. So yeah. Oh, that's how my mother and grandmother quilted. I still have 3 of the quilts they made. Okay, so they were hand quilted. Yeah, Marina, that's just really, really nice to have that. And let's quickly go through the rest of these. I know we got 15 minutes and I still have so much to show you guys. There is the quilt that's hanging on the wall. I thought that one was stunning, guys. I know the machine is kind of blocking it a bit, but beautiful, beautiful. Very simple, clean lines. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. The use of the colors was amazing. And then here's the quilt that was on the machine itself, which was really nice. And let's see, what else did we have on here? More of what's in that long arm. And then I kind of just panned back. And let's see. Here's the store itself. I just kind of panned around. They had some Snoopy. We can just let it go. We've got some cats. We've got some Winnie the Pooh stuff up there. And this is just kind of me just going around, panning around so you guys can see the quilts. But yeah, I thought they had some really nice displays on there. And they were kind of in the middle of, you know, flipping over. So they set up for fall a little bit. You got some pot holders there. And so as they were setting up, you know, I was kind of just going around. So it's really nice to see all of these different things that they have. And I mean, the store was pretty large. I mean, here's a beautiful quilt block that they had there. Really gorgeous. It's the Carpenter's Star. I thought that was amazing. Of course, the wedding rings. All right, everyone loves that quilt. I think that's amazing as well. And let's see. Then we've got some more quilts off to the side. This one I thought was beautiful. I love the colors. The light gray really brings out that red in the quilt, and then the black that kind of is kind of embedded in there, but it's not too striking. So that I thought was a really beautiful design. Of course, we've got the tons of the little tiny squares, and boy, you've got to have a lot of patience for that one. But they come out stunning. They really do. So I thought that was fun to see. Okay, so now we get into some more bolder colors, simpler quilts with beautiful quilting on there. And I am back again because, you know, I had to purchase one of these, and I'll show that to you. And we're back to the pot holders again. So this was the sign at the hotel when you first walk in, and this is the Friendship Knot Quilters, and that was their retreat. And so, you know, when I walked into the lobby, that was the first sign that I saw, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, after we've checked in and I've checked out the gift shop, they also had a little bakery, a restaurant, and a little gift shop. And so that's what this is here. And let's go back to that. There we go. So when you enter the little gift shop, first thing you see, you've got the restaurant and everything, of course. Quilt blocks everywhere. It was just like a little building that was off to the side of where the hotel was. And once you walk in, you kind of keep going towards the back. Of course, they have all the bakery items that you can keep, just stay there all day long. because the food was just amazing. And the bakery section was, oh my gosh, so tempting. They had the most amazing stuff, but they've got quilt blocks all around, and they've got quilts off hanging on to the side. It was 2 floors. And so you can see some of the quilts were kind of draped over the railing here. And you can see how just amazing. They're huge, huge quilts, and they just kind of draped them over. And it was just really beautiful to look at. But I'll show you what the entrance kind of looked like, because it was really amazing. So this is the entrance, you know, as you're going through to the back, this is the entrance to the gift shop. And so you go up the stairs. They do have an elevator off to the side, but it was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. And the gift shop had amazing things all around. Yeah, it was a gorgeous, really nice place. So you see quilt blocks everywhere. And that was the gift shop. And let's see. So I just went ahead and I went up the stairs, and then I just, you know, started browsing the gift shop. You can see some people heading up there, and there's just quilt blocks everywhere, quilts hanging everywhere. I mean, you just didn't even know where to look. You were just awed by everything. It was just all over the place. Of course, the bakery had their jams and jellies and granolas and donuts. And yeah, they even had the ice cream there. I mean, I was just in heaven there. It was like I could stay here all day. And at this point, you know, the boys were done with the competition, and they were just kind of cooling down and eating and, you know, resting. And I just didn't want to skip a beat. I had to head on over to see what else was available. So while they were off resting, I went off here. So I didn't get too much rest, but that's okay. It was so totally worth it. And then here they have these little plates that I thought were just gorgeous, and they have them on this little display. And these were handmade, hand painted. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. And you'll see another one here. They've got like the gears on them too. So I thought that was pretty cool. There's one that says Mother's Day on it here. And I thought that was really amazing. Has my year on it, yay. And so it was just gorgeous. It was just gorgeous. The work on here, you can really appreciate the handcraft work. Yeah, you wouldn't want to leave, Lisa. I didn't want to leave. It was like, can we just like stay here for a while? But yeah, we did have to leave and come back, but it was really amazing. It was just like every day it was something new to see, because there was just quilts everywhere. And the blocks and everything was just amazing. So look at the detail on some of this stuff. I mean, my gosh, they were gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And so some of this stuff was behind like a display case, and others were not. Then you kind of went upstairs, and they had these little beads. So they have these handcrafted beads that they put together, little hook things that you can use as ornaments, or you can kind of, you know, hang them like with your keys and stuff. So that was really cute. They've have these little baskets that were made. I thought those were gorgeous as well. And they had just beautiful different baskets, one with handles, one with no handles. I mean, they were gorgeous. I mean, very nice detail. They had little, they mimic like little beds, and they kind of put the quilts out so you can see the quilts laying out there. Really, really beautiful. I love the colors that they used. And then they had other things that were not quilts, like little things for Christmas. They were starting to set up for little coasters, little glasses, all kinds of different things. And so I kind of just went around and went through the whole thing. And I know we're kind of running really low on time here, but what we'll do is tomorrow I will show you the goodies that I got, since we're kind of low on time. We'll just go through the rest of the video and the pictures today. And then tomorrow we'll show you the actual supplies. So here's some paper flowers, things that they had there. I thought that was adorable. Really, really, really cute the way they displayed that. And let's see, we have paper. For those that have the scan and cut or the Cricuts, you know, they have the pop-up cards. These were just beautiful. The way they displayed it was just amazing. So that was really neat. And let's see, what else did we have? Anything else? So here's more of the pop-up cards. I thought they were so pretty. So pretty. And there's a little stand of some more of them. He had all kinds of different ones. Really neat that you could purchase. So those were really beautiful. There's another quilt that you saw that was hanging off the banner. Off the railing there, but this is the other side of it. And oh gosh, this one was gorgeous, and it was huge. So much work that went into this one. It was really amazing. I thought it was stunning. I love the colors on here. Really beautiful. And here's another one that was hanging off to the side. This one was using a stipple, so they went around and stippled it. Really cute. And let's see, they had some candles that I thought were gorgeous. Did I see the price tags on the cards? They were running at about, what did I say, about $17 or so, or $16, something like that. They were under $20. They were pricey, but they were pretty big, and they were nice. Oh my gosh, this was a little Christmas tree that they had decorated with flamingos and fishies. Thought that was a hoot. Loved it. Had to take a picture of that one. I thought that was so much fun. It was just flamingos, and it had a little crab there. I mean, so cute. And then off to the side, of course, they have these flamingo umbrellas. And I thought those were just so much fun. I thought, oh man, this is true Florida for you, right? Gotta have the flamingos. So I thought that was so cute. So let's see, we went through that, and then they have these little stations with Christmas stuff on it. They've got the towels and the things all wrapped up. They had these little cups with the gingerbread on it, really cute. That one was adorable with the little cupcakes and hot chocolates and things like that. They had pot holders, and what they did was a little pocket on the pot holder, and they kind of used a blanket stitch on the top. I thought that added a lot to it, and I thought those were pretty cute. They had bags with cardinals on them. I mean, beautiful colors, beautiful quilting. So all of this for sale. They had some table runners, very delicate, beautiful. I bought a couple of those. I can show you, not this one particularly, but I'll show you the one that I did buy. Here's another one that was gorgeous. And they were just all beautiful, all of them. And all the displays, very well displayed. Everything was really just, it was so much detail that they paid attention to. So here's a little flamingo little coin purse that I thought was adorable. Those were made out of vinyl, so those were cute.
That's ideas for Evelyn to make.
Oh yeah, Evelyn, there you go. Your Florida stuff, yes, you could make that. And then of course I thought flamingo scissors. I mean, come on. It's a quilt retreat place, right? So they've got flamingo scissors. Unfortunately, it was for right-handed, not left-handed, so I didn't purchase it, but I thought those were a hoot. And then, of course, they had the little squirrels. I mean, really adorable candles and all kinds of things. I thought they were just beautiful. Here's another quilt that was just an applique, and this was something that one of the ladies had made, and she put that together, so that was really cool. And that's pretty much it. This is the end of our journey here with more quilts that were in the lobby and stuff. And so I thought we had a fantastic time, and at least I was able to show you guys the pictures and stuff. So tomorrow we'll go through all of the items, and we're going to get started on our project. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know everyone's excited to see all the pictures, and I'm glad you guys kind of hanged out with me to see that. And, you know, follow me with my little Sarasota adventure. It was really a lot of fun. So it was a short trip, but it was a fantastic trip. And we've got lots more to talk about. And we'll just kind of pick up our conversation tomorrow and I'll show you some more. But let's go ahead and tune in to Power Tools with Threads because Becky's got a new little doggy, a little puppy she wants to show us that she's got. So I'm excited to see that one. So I hope to see you guys there and follow you along as well so you can tune in and support other content creators. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye everyone.
So long for now, so long. Glad you stayed a while. Hope you liked my crafting style. Hope I left you with a smile. By now, keep your mind and space clutter-free. Hope your day is bright as can be. So long, my friends, till we craft once again. Bye now, stay crafting. See you tomorrow. So long, my friends, till we craft once again.